mix.
Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. It's a podcast. Featuring Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod, it's a podcast about the Bachelor.
Will you accept this podcast?
Bachelor Pod world, who's having sex out there tonight? We are live on the Bachelor Pod because it's sex week. Who's having sex? Okay, wow.
Fantasy suites.
Oh, fantasy suite.
Oh, Sarah, you thought it was just talking about asking people for sex for no reason?
I did think Glenn was just wondering who's having sex. Let's just start off the podcast there.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we're the Ross podcast. We're the Ross, at the very least, the Ross independent Bachelor podcast in the world. But even that's a little too much for us. But this is the one week when we can talk about it. And we got to talk about it because no one was really doing it.
No, this is the least sexy fantasy suite sex episode I've ever seen.
I saw you guys tweeting about that, and I laughed pretty hard.
Yeah.
Well, Andy tweeted that.
Yeah,
one.
I tweeted that one. Caught a little Twitter heat with that.
I tweeted that Jason should feel okay because now he gets to be in 10 Things I Hate About You Too.
It's true. Andrew Keegan clone, the clone of Andrew Keegan. Yeah. How old is Andrew Keegan? Should we draw off the top? Let's guess how old is Andrew Keegan. I think he's 38.
I say 40.
Ooh, wow. I'm going to say 36.
Am I looking it up? Okay, I'll look it up.
This is our patented how old is the celebrity game? Play along at home if you like.
I have one more that we can do right after.
39.
Ooh, Sarah, 39. You were only 1 year off. I thought you were the.
No, I figured he was older than you guys. Also, somebody said that Jason looks like Andy Garcia. How old is Andy Garcia?
Good question. Andy Garcia
60.
is
50.
I'm gonna say 60.
5.
I'm gonna take the over. I'm gonna say 63. Andy Garcia is 62. Wow. I went over by 1, but
so I would win under.
Wow, he really does look like Andy Garcia. They have the exact same widow's peak.
Yeah, he looks like a lot of people. He's a bit of a morpher.
Yeah. During watching this on Monday, I had an idea for a game, and now I forget. So I'm sorry to disappoint all the fans. I'll try to think of it while we're doing
Glenn,
this.
you got to write down the games.
I know.
Make up a game by the end, no problem.
That's great. Great. So it is. I guess we're technically in this week. Fantasy Suite Week. It's usually an episode that's hyped. It usually doesn't deliver. And I don't know about you guys. We haven't talked about this yet, but I was pretty bored.
I was not. I was very into the heartbreak. There was major, real heartbreak on this episode.
I think my biggest problem with this episode, and this all comes down to expectations, so it's on me, it's that when she dumped Jason at the beginning, or in the middle, I guess. It was like, well, they can't just play out the rest of this episode with Garrett having a good date and then that's the end. There's got to be something else that happens. Yeah. And in my mind, the clue they gave us, the breadcrumb, if you will, was that Becca says the whole thing about I just did what Ari did, whatever. So I thought that maybe in the end she'd dump Blake and bring Jason back. Because that would be what Ari did to her.
Yeah.
But instead, it was like nothing.
Yeah, she, I guess, thought that she had given him feelings that she then took away. And so she didn't literally do what she didn't at all do what Ari did to her.
No, not at all.
But I felt like, listen, we got to see some interesting stuff. There was a real long scene with her and Garrett that wasn't very edited. We got one of those in this one. I don't know. I just saw a lot of, love and heartbreak.
It's getting real deep.
And Blake was really intense.
Very intense. I can't wait to see his heart get broken. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun.
That's mean.
I know, but that's why we watch the show. It's not just about love; it's about hate.
It is.
I wasn't bored, but I also wasn't. I definitely wasn't as engaged as I have been for previous episodes, I guess. I think this, so I don't know. I guess
because you're married.
Maybe.
No,
you weren't engaged to the episode because you're married.
Oh, I get
waka
it.
waka.
Waka waka.
Ah, a tomato.
Anyways, so I tend to concur with what you're saying.
It was just, I mean, I think it's just that post-drama lull, you know?
Yeah.
The villains are gone. It was back to being about pure love. And it didn't, again, it was my expectation that something bigger was going to happen, which was stupid. We're continually tricked on the show. Things rarely meet expectations.
Yeah, I don't get why they didn't. I understand it would have changed some of the things she said, and they would have had to leave some things out. But make his at the end. Like, make that date weird, at the end. Like, they have the ability to do that.
Yeah.
We don't need to know when they happened.
I thought that was a strange move. I think maybe it was straight up just trying to trick us. Like, maybe what I went through was exactly what they wanted me to go through.
That is exactly it. They knew he came back, so they were like, "Oh, let's make, let's play this in the middle," and then everyone will think like, "Oh, that's fine," and then he'll come back, and everyone will think he was gonna come back and try and win her back, but even though that's not what he did.
But they didn't. Yeah. They didn't put that line in. They put that line in right after it happened. They would be tricking us if they put that edit in after the Garrett thing. But we knew that she said that. Like, I did the exact same thing that Ari did to me, that she just meant to Jason breaking up with him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they didn't try to trick him exactly that way. Trick us exactly that way.
Yeah.
No,
it just sucks when that's like that was the thing we were all looking forward to. You know, you watch the preview clip and you're like, well, I hope this turns out cool. And then, I mean, that's it. Now we just know one of them. I don't think there's going to be much drama on the last one besides the inevitable breakup of one of these guys, which is going to presumably be Blake.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think the biggest problem for me when we get down to this, and it's not with every season, but it is with certain ones, is that, like, we knew Jason was definitely going here. Like, there's no question about it. She's more into the other two guys. So, it's kind of, why am I even watching this? Who cares?
I think that's why I didn't mind this episode, is because it was different. She realized it on the date. There was drama on the date. They always go through, and then we have the rose ceremony, and then it's over. You have a bunch of lovey-doveyness the whole episode. We had some actual drama in the middle of this one. And sure, did it make the end maybe a little disappointing?
That's true.
It at least made the middle, like I've never seen someone act that way on a fantasy suite date that freaks out the way I think a lot of people actually are. And she didn't have to spend the night with him. Like, I found it interesting. I found it realistic.
That's a good take.
Yeah, it is.
I guess I mean, you all know Andy and I are looking for that drama where we like to mix it up. So,
but there was drama.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was like, I don't know. It was too real, man. You liked
it more than, like, you didn't come off hating it.
No, but I also wasn't intently watching it. I was like tuned into Twitter, talking with Bachelor Nation.
Well, and I think
more so than I was in the episode because.
But you were watching. Don't say you weren't tuned in. You were there watching.
I can say I wasn't tuned in. I wasn't.
Okay.
I truly wasn't. I didn't pay attention. I didn't really pay that much attention to the first date. I paid attention to Jason's date a lot more because it was interesting, like you're saying. Like, that's a good point. But then then it's Garrett's date, and it's like, who cares? They like each other. Big deal. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I was tuned in the whole time.
I was watching it, but I just wasn't like. I was like riveted by the episode. That's
right.
I think it's also we were talking about this last night. It's just not as interesting a show at this point.
That's true.
You're coming to the end, and it's just not as interesting.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make it more interesting. That's why you listen. I think we enhance the show, right?
That's right.
We're show Viagra, to quote The Rock.
The Rock, yeah.
He's box office Viagra. We are Bachelor Viagra. And as we do, we're going to recap the show. Why not, right?
Yeah.
Let's rewind.
Let's do it.
We're going to have fun doing it. So strap in. Here we go. Date number 1 with Blake Horstman.
He's intense, man. That guy is too intense. That guy needs to chill out. He's like, everyone's talking about how he's like I'm not a man that looks to leave. I'm a man that looks to stay. And everyone's like, marry him. I'm like, oh, she should just marry a guy because he said he'll stay?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
come
he found
on.
a catchphrase on the internet that happened to resonate with Becca for 2 seconds. Like, come on.
Yeah, and also, Ari offered engagement. You think he's going to stay. That's the biggest way to say you'll stay.
Yeah.
And then the guy dumped her. She should just go for the guy she likes. It was really like...
Yeah.
I was pissed off at the people online because, like, oh, she's a woman and a man said he would stay. She has to run to him.
Yeah,
that's
no
true.
good.
It's
That's pretty low bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty low expectation to set. just
Yeah.
for people in general.
Yeah.
Really. Both sides.
I don't remember. I have a vague recollection of what happened on this episode. I did watch it. I didn't fast forward it once, but they hit up Chiang Mai, Thailand, and went to a Buddhist temple. Were those real monks? I don't know.
I think so.
I feel like they were.
But I wanted to see the part where the monks had to sign the release to be on the show. I wanted to see, like, are they at the craft table eating chips? What's going on?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, is this are these monks like often on TV? Like, are these the monks?
Yeah, are
that
they
when
yeah,
you're
are they
going
the
to shoot something
spokespeople?
there?
Yeah.
Are they always the ones who are on TV? I wonder.
Yeah. Yeah, and they also couldn't touch, which was very hard for them.
Blake
Apparently.
really wanted to touch her and really wanted to kiss her, and
Of course
he wasn't allowed.
Because he's very intense, and he's so intense.
Yeah. I after they hung out with the monks, wasn't he like, that was just like such a real experience?
Yeah, they
on
both
mine.
were,
I was like,
yeah.
I don't know if those are monks, but whatever. The jury's out on that one.
I feel like they were. I don't think they can really, like, pretend on a show like this that they are monks.
I think they're monks.
Yeah.
They might have been monks. Were they monks from that particular convent?
Yeah,
know.
man. They wouldn't be allowed to be there in those outfits.
You don't know.
If you're not allowed
Don't
to
know.
touch,
Yeah, I feel like there's
doubt
some
you're
pretty
allowed to
strict rules.
impersonate a
Yeah.
monk.
Oh,
Exactly.
I bet you are allowed to touch, and they just did it for the show.
Wow.
And conspiracy theories
Conspiracy.
all
Little bit,
over
yeah.
the place.
Feeling like a little saucy today, so
Yeah.
gonna be doing some naysaying, maybe saying some controversial things. Maybe this will become my new thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Witnessing my reinvention, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not into Blake. Blake seems like he's acting and doesn't seem
so?
very fun. Yeah.
I don't think he's acting. I agree with you in that he's quite intense.
Yeah.
I agree with that. But
Yeah.
he's like overthinking every little thing, and like I don't blame him honestly.
No,
like,
but it's not fun.
it's a messed up situation to be in. But like, so yeah, I know I certainly don't blame him or think there's anything wrong with him or anything like that. But yeah, he's getting in his head about everything.
But
and,
he's got to open himself
Yeah.
up to the silliness of stuff because she needs to see that side of him
Yes.
to want to be with him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with Garrett, just smiles and having a friggin' blast the whole time. With Blake,
He's
it's-
playing smooth, yeah.
With Blake, she's like has to baby him the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Blake, I know it's the show, and I know it's kind of dumb to be like, you're on The Bachelor. What did you think was going to happen? Because it's almost stupid to say that at this point because it is a show. But Blake saying, like, I just don't think that the other guys could possibly feel the same way that I do or be as, like, deeply in love. I mean, man, you watch one season of this show, you know that's
Yeah.
not true.
But
But,
also-
I know
he
it's
also-
totally different being on it, so...
He also was like, can they? Like he'd be like, they can't. They can't be feeling the same things I'm feeling for her, and she can't be feeling the same things she is for me. Can she? Like,
Yeah.
He's just like, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. He just like, everything that he sees is so like intense with the two of them, and
Yeah,
feels like how could someone feel this way for someone else? Which I get it. That's a bit of a mind fuck, Like
every time he says that, I go to Andy. I'm like, hasn't he ever watched the show? Of course, she's
Yeah.
deeply in love with the other people.
Yeah.
And at the end, not to go too ahead, but just one little thing. When she told them both, I wasn't as into Jason or Jordan. Jason.
You're-
I always forget it. Like fuck it up. As I am to you too. You could tell that fucked them both up so much in that moment, and you could see their mind just racing. Like, oh, she has feelings. Oh yeah, she has feelings for the guy beside me, and I kind of like at least. It did make me think maybe she'll pick Blake. Like I did have that feeling a bit. Like I wouldn't be completely shocked if she doesn't pick Garrett. But he's just funner. Anyways, let's skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blake dropped the big L. He said he loved her, Becca smartly didn't say it back. I'm glad there's none of that controversy
Yeah.
right now. At least, I mean, maybe it happens in the final. I don't know. And then Becca responded by saying he's the most solid and most consistent, which to me is like, that's the second place guy.
That's something you say about a car or a horse. You
Yeah.
know, like, you know,
I've said that about my vacuum before. Like,
And that's what Ari felt about Becca.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's,
why she was
second place
chosen.
material. I
That's
mean,
not
look no
exciting.
further than that.
No.
no. I'm
And
not
he's not exciting. He is
No, he's
just
not.
continually telling her what she wants to hear. But does he ever smile? No. Is he always very pensive and worried? Certainly.
This is
like,
this is my most solid and consistent lawnmower. But the other one is really fun to use.
yeah, the other one I get to ride around on.
Exactly.
And I can drive down the street in the other one. It doesn't always cut my grass.
Doesn't
but
cut that well, but like honestly, that's not that important.
that's fine. I can
I've got the
drink
other-
and ride it. And like,
Yeah.
wow, what a hoot.
Yeah.
The other
Yeah.
one, you know, it's one of those ones that are just,
Yeah.
they don't use gas.
There's no motor in it.
Yeah.
It's one of the push kind.
It's just one of the
manual
push kind, but, you know,
but
it
it's
works.
solid and consistent.
Now, did she have sex with this lawnmower?
Certainly.
Yeah.
The jury's out, but I assume so. Yeah, they don't really give you any indication anymore, do they? Other than them looking lovingly at each other the next morning with a plate full of fruit.
They never tell you if they
That a
had
clue?
sex.
No, they never
Yeah,
tell
but
you.
didn't they used to like? Wouldn't there be sound effects before? I don't know.
No.
Maybe I'm thinking of Paradise or something.
I think you are. Yeah.
They're always like, they
But, like,
spent
wasn't
the night together.
JoJo's season was pretty raw, wasn't it?
I don't
Remember,
think so.
was it JoJo's season that they were like, there are no rules? Remember that one season where Chris Harrison was like, the thing about this season is there aren't any rules? Or was that the season before? I don't remember.
I think he just says that every season.
Talking about my ass.
I don't
think-
remember
Yeah, I
that,
guess.
but if you remember it, please tweet at us and tell it to me.
Please do.
to show
Please
that
do.
Glenn
I
is
might be
not
making it up.
going mad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I assume they did. I didn't mind the silhouette of him with his shirt off in the window.
Ooh, he shaved his chest. We know that.
Yeah, and
he
he
was
slick.
raw. I've
Or
said that a lot.
waxes it. I bet he waxes it.
Yeah, where does our audience stand on chest hair versus no chest hair? Maybe we should get some going with that, because I mean, hey, if you're a gorilla man, I can understand you'd want to trim that down, but if you only got a little, let it rip.
Oh, I'm opposite. If you're a gorilla
Really?
man, let it flow. If you only have
Oh,
a little,
interesting.
rip it off.
Wow.
But
That's an
also,
interesting perspective.
do whatever the hell you want.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I
be-
don't
be
really
yourself.
care about body hair. If you're slick, great. If you're hairy,
That's what I mean.
great.
But like, I don't know, it's like that Seinfeld episode, going through all that trouble. It's like it'll just grow back thicker, which is a myth, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
just you're then you got to do it all the time. It's all itchy. On that note, let's talk about Jason, who probably also shaves his chest. Have we even seen him with his shirt off? I don't recall.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's got muscly arms. I did think that. What does he look like with his shirt off?
He's definitely got that thick hockey player bod.
I just want to
like
go
he-
back to him in front of the window with his shirt off for a second. He posted
Okay.
that picture on his Instagram. It's so funny because he was like, I had a wonderful time. What a beautiful date. And he showed all these pictures, and the last one was just that. His own self in front of the window with his
Just
shirt
watching
off.
his in pure doubt, a moment of complete
Yeah.
insecurity,
But he's just showing
looking
off
at
his
her
body.
leaving the hotel or whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, we can get back to this now. Yeah, Jason. I've never seen him with his shirt off. Would like to.
What happened on this date? Did they go to a market? I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just curious because I don't really remember.
Yeah, they went to they ate crickets. Remember?
Yeah, they were bopping
Oh
around.
yeah,
the
it was a
city.
good date, and
Yeah.
then they turned on a dime when he mentioned his apartment in Seattle or something, and then her brain broke.
She brought it up. She was like, would we
Right.
have something like this? And he was like, but he also was answering it in kind of like a, well, I don't know. Like, he said that at one point, and I think it was kind of like, oh, because he, like, what's his name? Blake would have been like, yes, we will definitely have this in our big house that we will own with a
Right.
white picket fence.
Yeah.
And Garrett would have been like, I'll just move anywhere with you. And then I think Jason was like, I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I don't know,
What-
my
what-
apartment,
what's
whatever.
My apartment? What, you gonna move in with me right away? What's
Yeah,
going on
that's
here?
what it felt like. So I feel like he played like a little bit, because he's definitely more genuine than the other two, I think.
Right. But I mean, I appreciate her honesty, like you mentioned
Yes.
before, Sarah. Like I love that something didn't feel right, and she more or less acted on it right away. She waited till they were at dinner. She did the classic leaving thing, which has become a trend on the show.
For her,
but then
yeah.
she came back and laid it out on the line and was like, I don't think I can do this. Didn't even bang him.
I want to know, does Becca run away from every conversation that bothers her? It happened when he came out as a virgin, and it's happened again now.
True.
So, like, if her friend's like, I'm pregnant, does she just run away?
Not a good quality
Is it
to
good
have.
news,
Yeah.
bad news, all of it? Just runs
Weird
away.
thing to do, not on a TV show. Also.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you just
Yeah.
leave for
Oh,
20
there
minutes
she
and then
goes.
come back.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you left.
Yeah.
No, I just had to go think.
But I
Yeah.
felt it, and I was wondering how he was feeling when she first left, when they were on the date in the city, because she seemed to be gone for a while. And, like, did they hide from him? Could he see her, like, touching her nose and freaking out? It was interesting.
Seemed like it. He was sitting on like some steps somewhere, and she was like on a bridge.
Yeah.
Seemed pretty far away.
That's gotta be a weird time. And then he really was in denial and tried to ignore it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do in that situation, man?
Yeah, you keep telling her how, and he was laying it on. He ended up laying it on pretty thick by the end.
Yeah.
Because he probably thought, like, maybe she's worried that I'm not into her enough.
Yeah.
You know? Anyways. Felt bad for him, though, for sure.
Yeah.
But also went into this episode totally knowing he was going to be the one gone.
He had to be,
none
right?
of this was surprising at all.
Yeah.
Which sucks. I wish just once it would be surprising. Maybe it's because we analyze the show every week that we're such experts, but I'm pretty sure everyone pretty much knows, right? Like
for this one, yeah. I don't always know. There have been ones, like I gotta say, Caitlyn, when it was Nick and Sean,
yeah.
it was like
it was
pretty close.
Yeah.
That's true.
So there have been
Who was her
ones.
third?
I don't even remember.
Good question. Shall I look it
I
up?
don't remember at all.
Yeah.
No,
You guys gotta
keep
talk
moving
now.
on, and then I'll find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we said temporary goodbye to Jason.
Well,
Untimely.
let's talk.
I don't know.
Is there anything we can say about the breakup? Like that breakup was sad and intense, and that's when Andy tweeted, "What? This is sex week. Why is all this sad stuff happening?"
What's with all this super sad, depressing shit?
I just thought he dealt with it so well and so maturely, and was so kind, but also let out some like, I don't get why this is happening, but was still very kind to her.
Yeah, the good thing, he didn't blame her at all for any, like, he was confused, that's for sure, but he didn't go at her and didn't do that lame thing where it's like, what? Well, that's what you want, I don't want you, like that kind of thing. Like, you betrayed me. It was nothing like that. So it shows what a class act he is, and I don't know if he was a super big fan favorite before, but now there's a pretty big push to have him as Bachelor, right?
Yeah, him or Will.
It's looking pretty
have
good.
got to be Bachelor.
Yeah, he made a very strong case here in this episode.
He's like,
for
yeah,
Bachelor,
and apparently he has a very good job and is quite wealthy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's like a big banker guy, and he's like
Interesting.
high up in his company, and he's been in the past, like, I don't know, 7 years, he's been gotten 7 raises or something, like
Whoa.
something crazy like that.
How is that public knowledge?
It's all because it's all on his LinkedIn,
Oh.
right? 'Cause
Whoa, you
people
really
say stuff-
dug.
No, somebody wrote about it.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else dug.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can find that about anybody on their LinkedIn because that's how you'd get jobs.
She's Caitlyn's third was Ben Higgins.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow. Some heavy hitters.
So that means Jason is in a good spot to become the
He
Bachelor.
is, yeah, he really is.
Yeah, and the edit of this episode certainly lends credence to that because they made you really sympathize with Jason, where they probably could have spun it around and made it like they didn't do any of those things where it had them on the date looking at each other in silence, which they could totally find because they spend all day together. I'm sure there are numerous moments of silence on all these dates, but they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the show's pushing for him too.
Who would have thought Jason would be the Bachelor?
Yeah.
I know.
Show?
I wouldn't have even.
I never
Never
thought he'd be.
This is one of the biggest dark horses that we never saw coming.
Yeah, he got a haircut.
Yes,
He did?
I've
He
seen
trimmed
his
the back of
current
his
haircut.
hair.
Is it looking good?
It's top's
It
the
looks
same,
fine.
but no.
It looks
like,
basically
Top's
the
the
same.
same.
So it's not really hockey hair as much. It's
still,
not that
It's still like a brush back.
brush back, but no flyers at the bottom.
Yeah, it's just
No
a bit shorter.
curlies.
Like it's when someone tells you that he got a haircut, he just got a trim. Like he didn't actually get a different haircut. Like his haircut is actually the same.
No, but the thing is he came with the hair long at the back. That was his style.
Right.
He has changed it a bit.
Jason.
If he gets into Bachelor, he'll get a nice Hollywood hairdo. He'll be looking good, believe me. So
Tanner.
Believe me on that?
Yeah, I believe you. Tanner tweeted out, who do you think should be the next Bachelor? And he had options, and then he had Ben Higgins.
Yeah, because people are talking about Ben H might be the Bachelor.
And then I wrote, if Ben Higgins is there a possibility as the next Bachelor, I will burn my own house down. And Tanner did like the tweet.
Yes, he did.
Oh, nice.
Gotta like.
This is a good time to mention, shout out to fan Karen Paradise. That's a cool name, first of all.
Yeah.
For asking us, loving your podcast. Can you expand on boycotting Ben Higgins as Bachelor again? I think I missed why, and I've heard you all mention it a couple times. Andy, your response. Ha ha ha. Oh, it's nothing. We really just think he's boring and basically a dud. Plus, we're way more into Wills and Jason. Ben had his shot. I think I couldn't have said it better myself, my man.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that sums up how we're all feeling.
I wouldn't call it a full-on boycott of Ben Higgins as Bachelor, but we have expressed our disinterest in that idea. And Glenn, you were like, I'm not going to watch it.
I'll watch it
and Sarah
and
said
make fun of it hard.
she'd burn our house down. So,
just because,
you might say we're opposed to the idea.
There are so many options. We don't need to see him.
Yeah, I don't need to see old Bachelors. I don't like that.
And he is not emotionally there. When you see that guy talk, he says he's like and I believe he did try to be a politician afterwards.
Yes,
he's just very much a politician. Like he's very much, I'll say everything so I always look good. Ugh, boring. I want some raw. I want you to have sex by accident early on. Like I want
Caitlyn
stuff
did.
like exactly. And she was awesome. You know, like that's what we want. I don't want someone who's just
and you got to think if Higgins is doing this now after all he's been through on reality TV, like this is not for love. He just wants another 15 minutes. You
100%,
know, like
100%.
Come on. So let's fingers crossed it's not him. We'll see. If it is, we're gonna have some strong things to say. I might boycott the season, but still do the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see how that works.
Super difficult.
We'll see how that works. We'll see.
I do have a game that we'll play after this date.
Ooh, yeah, cool. All right. Well, let's talk about Garrett. With Jason gone, it's like, where do we go from here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I guess we go to old Stankin' Garrett.
Yeah. They had a cool date, though. They got to flow down a river and drink beer and presumably high-five some locals.
And elephants.
Some elephants, yeah.
That was awesome. That elephant was up in there.
That was really cool, yeah.
Not a bad date. And then they went to dinner and they maybe had sex. I don't know.
They did, for sure.
For sure.
They were more naked looking when they woke up. She had a tank top on, but she looked naked. I don't know. This guy, too smiley all the time, but is saying really real stuff. But the smiles make me think he's kidding all the time. Because we did see him do those impressions of like Chris Farley and stuff earlier.
That was a long time ago.
But it's stuck in my mind forever. If you're going to do a brutal impression, I'm going to remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how I feel about Garrett. I obviously don't like him as a person. And then what did you say? Because he said, I don't say things and take them back.
Yeah, what about liking things on social media? You take those back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
you take those back big time.
Fuck you.
You have a post about taking something back.
Thinks the Parkland survivors are actors. Anyways, you gonna take that back? How about that?
If Blake is what was it? Sensible and reliable, or whatever. Solid and reliable. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Becca said
consistent,
Garrett.
Solid and consistent. That's what it was.
Becca said Garrett is her heart's equal, and that he'd make a great future husband and father. So compare those two.
Come on, those are two statements that are not even in the same ballpark.
A working car and a Ferrari.
Yeah. A working car and a possible husband.
Yeah.
That's a human.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like a pet. Pets are consistent. Pets meet you at the door.
Consistent.
But she basically said, Blake seems nice, seems really cool. He's always nice to me, but I am in love with Garrett.
Exactly. She's like, I'm in love with one of them, and the other one is a razor. That's how I would refer to a Gillette Mach 3 razor blade. Solid and consistent.
maybe in the end she'll accept Garrett's proposal, but then in a twist she'll be like, "But Blake, if you want to come live with us and do my chores."
We all know you're solid and very consistent.
Yeah. So yeah.
Imagine when we got
be
married. Part of my
precedent.
vows, Sarah, were that you are solid and consistent,
I would look
and
at
that you've continued to impress me.
I'd look at the crowd and be like, what? Yeah, and you know what I'm also getting tired of? I feel like they do it every season now. Because it was a big thing when Ben H did it. When Ben H did it, it was like, now you're in love with two people. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time they're in love with two people. It's
Yeah.
like they all have to be. But I remember when he fell in love with two people, it was like a major deal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even Caitlyn never said that she loved both of those guys.
I don't think anyone did. before
No,
this,
but
yeah.
now everyone does. Every single time.
Yeah.
What?
Ari certainly did.
Yeah.
Ari did. Ben did. Did one of the girls
I think
do it
those
as
are the
well?
only two.
No, I think one of the other girls
I think one of the girls did too. Yeah.
Women
Yeah, maybe.
did. Women. Gotta say women.
Yeah.
You gotta
I mean,
say
also,
women.
it's
You
like-
gotta.
Yeah, you gotta.
You gotta. Because they are.
But like, let's see the girls. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
First.
the girls.
Yeah.
No one knows that reference. Who's
well.
listening to this.
That's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, so this day, I loved the treehouse they were in.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
I said to Andy, I want to do that. I want to go in the
Yeah, I
treehouse.
could do that. They mentioned glamping, and I'm into glamping because
Yeah.
I don't like camping at all. So I'll glamp any damn day of the week.
I-
You got anyone
yeah,
out there
I
want to
can-
offer us? You run a campsite and you got some glamping? We'll do it and we'll plug it on the show.
Andy and I are going camping at Gut Lake.
Gut Lake.
Really? You're going to Gut, eh?
And it's a part of, what is the place, the other lake called?
Flood Mountain?
No.
We were there last time. It's a
Gully?
funny. It's another funny
It
name.
starts with a G.
Goo Lake.
Grundy Lake.
Grundy Lake.
Yeah.
I've heard of Grundy.
We're on an off lake of that called Gut Lake. No. I don't know,
Full on camping? Like
Yeah.
really roughing it?
but glamping. We'll make it glamping. We'll have chips.
Oh well, yeah. I had assumed you'll have chips.
That's
Yeah, that's
certainly not
glamping
the
to
only
me.
thing that makes it
Hey
glamping.
man, if I get to go out, I get to be dirty the whole time. That's glamping. I get chips whenever I want. I eat all the chips I want. Glamping. Hot dogs every day. Glamping.
No, that's regular camping.
That
for sure.
is glamping.
No,
Because
it is not
I am
glamping. It's
free
camping.
from being a
There's
human
nothing
being.
glamorous about hot dogs and chips. I'm sorry.
Yes, there is. Okay, guys.
Disagree.
I have a game
Okay.
that we're gonna play. So we're each gonna pretend to be an ex-girlfriend of one of the guys that are left, and we're gonna tell a story of something that happened between us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
This is hard.
Yeah.
This is a hard game.
Wait, sorry. Say that again. I was.
You were
reading.
not listening.
I was definitely
You
reading.
went.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
agreed to that too quick without any questions.
Yeah, I
Listen,
didn't. I was looking at
So it's hard.
Instagram.
So we're all an ex-girlfriend of one of the guys that are out of the three that were left this episode,
Okay.
and we're gonna tell a story about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll have to lead.
Okay, I'll lead.
Okay.
Hi, I'd like to call in. My name's Jessica.
Oh,
I
hi,
dated
Jessica.
Blake.
Oh, you dated Blake. Okay.
Yeah.
In Colorado, there.
Yeah, in Colorado.
Right.
And we went on this date where we went to the mall and
Okay.
let's just scrap
Sorry.
it.
What's funny about that?
Let's just
Sorry.
scrap it.
Yeah.
Scrap it. What? No, I was.
No, you're not even paying attention, Andy.
I was looking at where Blake is from so I could refer to it.
Never mind. My game didn't work, everyone.
It's not even a game, really, but yes.
It's like an act
It's a
out.
little bit of a game.
Okay.
Let's just shorten the game. We'll let each say one sentence as one of their girlfriends. That way you don't have to tell the whole story. So
Okay.
I'll do one.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Danielle. I used to date Garrett, and once he wanted to pour Gatorade all over my body and lick it off. Hi.
Okay, see, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah, the interview style, too hard.
Sure.
But you go now, Andy.
Hi, my name's Penelope. I used to date Jason. One time, we went to the Buffalo Sabres game, and I fell off the balcony onto the seats below because I got too drunk.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Penelope.
Penelope.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Jessica.
Oh.
I dated Blake.
Okay.
And one time he wanted to go to the mall so bad to buy Pogs. And I was like, all right, fine. And then he pooed his pants. And he still bought the pogs.
And we've reached to the point where we brought in Poo the Pants, so that means it's over, I think.
God, officially
How
ends
long
it.
can you go before you mentioned that one of the people
I
pooed their
had
pants?
to say he did. He's so intense. I feel like he's pooing all the time. That intense face. He's always pooing his pants. It's like when a baby's getting ready to poo.
Gross.
Poo talk.
Gross.
We haven't talked too much poo this season. Let's talk about the poo that is Jason, who returned to the episode to provide some much-needed drama, or if you'd call it that. But he was looking for closure, right, guys? I mean,
Yeah.
He wasn't begging her to take. He wasn't like, take me back, take me back. He was more like, hey man, I just got to say some more things. I got to ask you a few questions, and I got to give you this
shitty book.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Man, don't give her the book. She's gonna throw it out.
The scrapbook was quite
He doesn't need
embarrassing.
that book. What's she gonna do with the book?
What the hell is she gonna do with this book? It's honestly the lamest thing I've ever seen. He should have thrown that in the garbage or lit it on fire or something.
I would have loved to have seen him
Burning it.
we just see his face. It's just a face shot in the dark and him burning the book.
I mean, you're not going to get Bachelorette or Bachelor if you burn the scrapbook you made about the person you supposedly loved. But
after they break up with
aside
you.
from the scrapbook, I got to say, I thought that the move to go back and just to be totally cool and just to want to talk to her just a bit more and get a little more closure, like I thought that was like totally fine move. Everyone on Twitter thought it was going to be him trying to get her back or just being an asshole or something, and it was the exact opposite. And everyone was like, "Oh no, your bachelor pitch is like going down the drain," and then it did the exact opposite, and it made everyone like him even more.
I feel like that was him being like, "I want to be the bachelor. I know what to do."
Exactly.
And he went and did it.
And he did it, and it was good, and he's right. So good on you, Jason Tartik.
Yeah.
Tartik.
Yeah. Good on him.
Great.
He rocked it.
Yeah, he was respectful and everything. Like, you couldn't have asked for more, really. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
How many times do you think they farted in front of her?
I'm gonna say 0.
Like season wide?
Yeah. How many times do you think she was farted in front of?
By the men.
It gotta be one fart. It gotta be a fart.
23 times.
23
like loudly?
times? You've gone mad.
No, like stealth farts.
Oh, stealth farts, I think 100.
Ooh, lots. 100.
Yeah, I'd say at least 4 per person.
Especially on night 1 when they were all nervous.
Yeah,
and like,
fart in city.
Oh, there's numerous farts in night 1. They're all drinking and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to
They're
know.
for like 9 hours eating cheese.
Foods and cheese and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably somewhere in the high 70s, I would say.
I think 100 farts, but
100
audible farts.
But audible big time farts.
At least one.
I don't know.
I think it's.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think we would have seen one in a blooper reel.
Maybe it was too embarrassing. Maybe they pooed a bit.
Okay. Sarah's
I
mind
think
is
the poo humor.
going
I
to
had a
one
nap.
place. You had a nap, and now you're
Poomer.
ready to go.
Poomer.
Amy Poomer.
I'm looking at Jason's Instagram now. He's way into sports. He went to our hometown stadium, the Rogers Center, in September of 2017, and he caught a ball.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool.
He also apparently is a Patriots fan, which is like, what?
That's stupid.
But then I saw a picture of him and Colton together, and he was wearing a Bills shirt. So I'm like, oh, maybe he like has a. I saw on Twitter someone was talking about how he's a Patriots fan, but like that sucks. Don't be a Patriots fan. You're from Buffalo. Buffalo has one thing as far as like the United States goes, and that's the Bills, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when the
Bills are life.
They also have the Sabres, but that's more of, you know, no one else really cares about that. But the Bills, man, you gotta support the Bills if you're from Buffalo.
New York City Sabres.
Kind of.
Oh, come on. Yeah, little.
I'm kidding.
Western
Calm
New
down.
York Sabres.
Western
We
New
all
York
hate
Sabres.
the Bills.
What?
Or not the Sabres. You guys.
Yeah, we kind of do.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
I
rivals.
respect
They're
them.
rivals.
Yeah, I respect them. They're division
Of
rivals,
course.
though.
You bet you hate them.
I don't hate the franchise or anything.
They're dead. Like, don't get me
That's
wrong.
what I
They're
mean.
dead.
Like, we're gonna beat them.
You don't
no
need to be
problem.
so
like they're garbage. But,
sensitive. Well, we don't hate them,
but they're garbage. We hate them.
But they're garbage,
shit.
and you
Yeah,
hate them
yeah.
for sure.
No.
Yeah, I've been following a bit about what's happening in Paradise. No spoilers, but there's a preview that showed in the States that we didn't see. And I saw Grocer Joe and Kendall kissing.
They make a good couple. I like that coupling.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even really know Joe that well. We do know he's a horrible boss.
No,
He's
we
terrible
don't know
boss, very
that.
No
unfairly.
respect for his employees.
He is.
up for embarrassing his employees on national television.
I'm in love
Does
with
that
him.
seem like a cool
Andy,
guy to
I'm
you?
in love with him.
Well, you're in love with an asshole.
Well, yes, I am.
Okay.
Ooh,
Kenneth's Grocery
baby.
Joe.
No.
I am looking forward to getting to know him better, though.
Me
I gotta
too.
admit, even though he treats his
I hope he proves me
employees
wrong.
like garbage.
I hope he proves
Yeah.
me wrong.
Can you imagine the kind of work his employees got to do while he's off gallivanting in paradise? Like, maybe it's better. Maybe it's good.
Yeah,
Maybe they're gonna have a
exactly.
better time. Yeah.
Maybe they are bad at their jobs, and maybe there are just going to be brown grapes everywhere when he gets back. What did you guys do? I go for 2 weeks. This is why I come back. My grocery store.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I gave you guys a raise last week.
These tomatoes are all mush. Nobody can make sauce with these.
I brought you all back keychains.
I wrote you all those letters.
He's
Did
the
anyone get
nicest,
the letters?
Best boss in the world, and his
Yeah,
employees
we
are
flushed
terrible.
your fucking letters down the toilet, and all your grapes are brown.
Oh, I understand that it's a hard job and sometimes you get stressed out. I guess it's okay.
He's just a total pushover.
Yeah.
Okay,
Pushover.
fine.
That
Okay.
scene that we saw of him like picking out all the shitty the grapes in the thing, where I was like, oh, he's being a dick, is. It's just like, oh, don't worry about these. Like my employees are the best. They're the absolute best. Like this was a mistake. This is just a problem. Like, it's no big deal. I read Joe all wrong.
Yeah, I think you have anyway. That's for real.
No, I'm definitely right. He sucks.
We're gonna have people wondering why you think he sucks, Andy.
Oh man, I already said it lots of times.
It's because of the way he treats his employees.
No!
It's because of embarrassing his employees on national television, and I've never met a grocery store owner that I ever liked.
Yeah, we had like 4 of them at the grocery store we worked at, and they were all shit.
And I even had
I'm
another
not
one on top
exaggerating.
of that. I worked at a grocery store before that grocery store.
Andy, I own a grocery store.
Yeah, and I don't like you.
It's called our fridge. Waka waka.
Okay, I think
Tomato.
this might be the end of the episode, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not. Guess who's here?
Hey, it's me,
Muffins.
Grocery Joe.
Muffins.
Muffins is here. Oh, hello, dears.
Oh, she came right in. I gotta ask you, you came in right away. I know you're a nanny. You must go grocery shopping. Have you ever met a grocery store owner that you didn't like?
Absolutely not, dear. They're a bunch of penis faces.
Whoa.
They're not nice.
Whoa.
And how do you talk to them about it? What do you
Say, I don't want to deal with you. I'll talk to one of your nice employees instead.
Oh, that's
And it's
nice.
usually a pimply-faced teen who's never even heard of marmalade.
I feel like
Yeah.
that is the first time you have dealt with a situation without using marmalade.
Well, I also rub marmalade in their faces and say,
Oh.
hey, this is what it is. This is what I'm looking for.
This is
I know
what
you-
it is. This is what I'm looking for.
I'm gonna indulge you, Muffins. You're talking about marmalade all the time. We know you rub it over everything, and it's your answer for everything. Where's the best place to get marmalade?
Yeah.
We're talking stores, we're talking grocery stores.
Oh, the best, absolute best place to get marmalade is in your own home.
What?
Make
How
your
do you do
own
that?
marmalade.
Oh,
And
that
how would
takes
one go
forever.
about that? I don't know. I've never made my own
Well,
marm.
you just take the rinds of 12 oranges, and then you put syrup in, and
Ew.
cloves,
Disgusting.
and old wine, and then a spot of vinegar, and there you go. That's your marmalade.
That's not how you make them.
That's how I
Yeah,
make it.
I mean, I don't know much about marmalade, but that doesn't sound right.
I have one last question
Extra
for you.
cloves.
Ew. I heard a rumor that you have a beef with Paddington Bear because he's trying to sell his marmalade, and he's saying his marmalade.
I'm not trying to sell marmalade. I'm saying make your own.
Yeah, but you don't like Paddington Bear. You got a beef with him, I heard.
Yeah, that fucking little bear. I've got
Hey,
no
come on,
fucking
MM,
time
I
for
don't
him.
know.
I don't like him. He's the big spokesperson for marmalade. Everyone knows, but it should be me.
Oh, that's why.
I should be that. Everyone should know my name. Muffins.
Oh, you just touched me. It's so disgusting.
And
Get outta
muffins.
here.
All right,
Get outta
that's,
here.
Oh, that's some homemade marm on your
Ew,
skin there,
gross,
dear.
gross.
Off I go.
Oh, she put a bit on my boob.
Ew, and it's all brown, not your
Yeah.
boob, the marmalade.
It's all those cloves.
Yeah, gross. Cloves? Is
Gross.
cloves actually in marmalade?
I don't know.
I don't
No
think
idea.
so. That sounds gross.
I bet it is though, because I've had marmalade. It's gross.
Marmalade fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I want to try Vegemite.
In some
I
places
don't think
in the
you'd
world,
like it.
I
It's,
Isn't it
tried
just
it when I
salty?
was younger.
it's like salty and yeasty.
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
want to try it when I'm older though.
It's gross.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it, to be honest. But hey, you like salty things, so do I.
Yeah.
People in Australia eat it with toast.
Yeah. You know what I eat with toast? Whatever I want. Okay, now.
There we go.
Great. Okay, great. That is the end.
Telling
for
it like
sure.
it is, that's
And once
the
we
end.
start saying what we like about toast, that's the end
Yeah.
of the podcast.
That's the end of it.
So next week it's Men Tell All. I hope it's good. I hope there's some fireworks. Jordan will be back. That guy who looks like everyone, I forget his name, will be back. Hopefully it'll be fun. I don't know.
Chris, yeah.
Will I fast forward through some of it? Probably.
No.
No, you can't.
You can't, Glenn.
I'm allowed.
The one thing.
No, you're not allowed.
I'm such a good fast forwarder. I never miss anything.
I hate
That's
it.
what's good about me.
No, you
That's-
definitely do miss stuff. That's why we're telling you.
That's
you
my
can't.
only pet peeve about you, Glenn, is that you fast forward through the one show we do a podcast about.
Look, man, I fast forward through Baja Men. What did I miss? Baja Men. You know?
missed a
Like,
good
come
time.
on.
You was
You
dogs
missed
dancing.
a good time.
Yeah.
You missed a very good time with Baja Ben.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck off. That was mean. I'm
There
sorry.
Yes, it was.
Love
there
you
will
guys.
be a
Love
test.
this show.
There will be a
Love
test.
this podcast. What a great podcast. What a great show. What a great hosts us.
All right.
All right.
Trying to backpedal
You're
from
really
your fast
backpedaling.
forwarding talk.
All right, that's it. That's it for this week. We're gonna get out
I want
here.
to talk more about toast.
No. Thanks for
no.
listening to this wacky offbeat episode. Come back next week and we'll watch Men Tell All together. Okay, bye.
Come back.
If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Holbone.
At Glenn McCauley.
At Olivia McCauley.
At the Sarah Hillier, that's at sign THESARAHHILIER.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email and thebachelorpod.ca. That's our website.